Hey guys, Paul here, and this is another video update for Void Destroyer 2. So I'm very excited about this update for a variety of reasons. I've been meaning to do this for such a long time, and I've also been nervous about this, whether it would be possible, whether it would create a bunch of issues. It does, but the issues aren't that bad. Um, and also actually because I have a new PC, my old PC's video card started giving out. I decided to get a new one. The old one was about 4 years old, so quite old in game development terms. Luckily, because I'm a business, everything is tax deductible. How awesome is that, right? New PC, tax deductible, awesome. Anyway, everything worked out pretty well last week, including this update. So let me get to telling you guys what it is. So in the hangar, right now my ship's not here. It's not even in the larger hangar here. That's because I have quite a large ship, but I am docked. And if you noticed, there's this door that's available, and there's this door that wasn't available, and then it became available if you owned the base, but it wasn't fully implemented, and now it's available and fully implemented. So in the last update, we talked about blockades for base capturing. And after you capture a base, once you own a base, this area of the bases becomes available to you. If you go through the door, you see this sort of a dome. When you get closer, it opens up for you, and I gotta fix all these issues. This sort of little skips, if you can tell. Walking first person mode needs a little bit of work. But if you get close to this, pop-up shows up for the remote interface, and we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna initiate the remote interface. So there's quite a lot of roughness here, including the camera. It really shouldn't zoom around like that. It should just start here. So what's going on? We're in overworld mode, and we see ships moving around. We can focus in on other bases, on this racetrack here, on this asteroid field, those kinds of things. But what happened? We actually didn't undock and then go into the overworld mode. We're in overworld mode, but we're doing it from within the base. So basically, we're still docked. We're safe. Our ship, our body, the player's body, is safe in the base. Can't be hurt unless the base is destroyed or otherwise captured. But we can still see the overworld. So what does this mean? Well, if you're new to the game, you might be a little confused. But if you capture the base, if you own a base, if you have tons of fleets, tons of ships everywhere, what this means is you can just say, hey, ship over here, I want to go into you. And when you click the ship mode button, bam, you're in that ship. So you're physically you're not in this ship. You're sort of virtually in it. So just like you can have this tactical mode interface, just like you can switch different ships, you can now remotely control them via the overworld. Let's go ahead and let's have this guy go on its way. So I see a bunch of ships here. I'm going to click them here, and I'm going to enter ship mode. There I am. Again, I'm just remotely controlling this ship. So if this ship happened to be destroyed, doesn't matter because I'm not in this ship. I'm just going to switch to the next ship there is. There it goes. I'm in a next ship, perfectly safe in your base. So if some of you recall, I promised somebody at some point that you would become an immortal space god. And that's what you are. That's what you are in Void Destroyer 2. If you own a base, if you own a fleet, you would eventually become an immortal space god. So in the beginning, you're in a little tiny fighter. You're the weakest of the weak. Pretty much everybody's stronger than you. You got to scrap by to survive. And you upgrade your little tiny fighter. Then you get a medium fighter, and you're basically twice as survivable. You get a heavy fighter, you're quite a lot more survivable. Then you get wingmen, and you get a gunship, you get a corvette, you get a fleet. You're all the way, you're sort of expanding yourself, you're upgrading your survivability. Then you get a fleet, then you have trading ships trading for you, make enough money to have a capture capture a base fleet. You capture a base, and at that point you were basically immortal. So yeah, I'm very excited about this. I think this sort of is this sort of culmination of this idea of combining all these features, like the real-time strategy elements, like the instant ship switching elements, um, like the overworld aspect, um, into this sort of not seamless, but into this sort of unified way of controlling your empire. So this has some really cool stuff, really cool implications. If you're new to the project, you might be a little confused, but I think if you've been around a while, I think you're going to get very excited hearing this. So there's some really cool stuff, because there's not these limitations. For example, I'm in this gravity area of this base. That doesn't matter. I can switch to overworld mode, whereas before I couldn't. Um, I can hop pretty much instantly from one end of the map to another if I have a ship over there. In this case, in this save, I just have some ships here in this asteroid field, patrolling this asteroid field. So basically, you go from this little ship, from not having this whole lot of, from being kind of confined, into being just really not confined, just free to go wherever your assets are, wherever your bases are, wherever your ships are fighting. You can go pretty much nearly instantly. Like here's one of my ships getting repaired. Imagine if there was a battle here. You could just hop into it. Actually, there is a battle here. Uh-oh. This is quite a decent ship here. That's a gunship. Let's give it a shot though. Uh-oh. Might actually kill us, which actually proves my point that we become a immortal space god. Now we got him. You can instantly hop into battles, have a lot of fun. You were sort of getting away from being a fighter as you grow in power, as you get more and more ships. You're sort of going away from being having dogfights, but here you can just instantly have a dogfight again. You can just hop into another ship, easy peasy. Have a dogfight, protect your ships, protect your assets. You could assault a base with a massive fleet, and you don't have to worry about your particular ship dying. So you can just throw your entire base. Whoops! You can throw all of your assets, or not all of them, but quite a lot of them, in a suicide mission to weaken the enemy. You can fly pretty much anytime, or you can just remotely watch them. You can just remotely watch your ships doing their thing, things like that. So I think this really combines quite a lot of elements of Void Destroyer to sort of bring that promise of becoming an immortal space god. It kind of brings it all together, which I'm very excited about. So this also means, in my mind, that the game has reached the alpha stage. So basically, as I intended, the majority of the features that I wanted are in place. There's quite a lot more features that I want to put in or polish. Some that I might not even be aware of yet. But the majority of features are in. The major features are in, and then that means we're in alpha. That means we got to polish, we got to test. We have to work on the story quite a lot. Quite a lot of other features we added, some that I might not even imagine yet. Kind of how it goes through you guys' feedback, through just playing the game. I'm like, hey, it needs this, it might use that, things like that. So I'm very excited about that, how it's progressing. Let's see. I think I rambled pretty good there. So once again, guys, thank you very much for your support. Thank you for your feedback. Thank you for your positive reviews, your criticism, your ideas, your things like that. They really help me out. I really appreciate those. You guys have been incredibly kind, incredibly generous with your time. I know that some of you guys are just going to hop into the game, you're going to test this feature out, you're going to tell me all these bugs that are there, and we'll work through them together. We'll polish it up and things like that. So once again, thank you. I hope you enjoy this update. I hope you're enjoying the game, and I'll talk to you later.